Freeport, Grand Bahama, this is Newsnight 13 at 6:30.
This is Newsnight 13 for this Wednesday, November 21st, 2012. Good evening all, I'm Shasheena. Rolle. As always, it's great to have you with us. Topping news: in the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy, the government has announced a national relief program to make it easier for persons affected by the storm to carry out repairs or replace damaged items. Tonight, Sabrina Brown takes a closer look at the process.
The exigency order allows persons who suffered damage during Hurricane Sandy to import building materials, furniture and appliances, and motor vehicles duty-free. Applications can be obtained from the administrator's offices, the Ministry of Works, and the Social Services Department. Administrator Alexander Williams explains the process.
After the application has been completed, we would check to see whether or not those persons would have had their homes and businesses assessed by one of the government agencies, which is the Ministry of Works and the Department of Social Services.
According to Williams, some applicants whose damaged vehicles did not have comprehensive coverage have not been able to secure a verification letter from their insurance company. He offers this solution.
They need one of the agencies to verify that the vehicle was in fact damaged during the storm, and if they can get a certified licensed mechanic to give us a report to say that the vehicle has been damaged beyond repairs, we will accept that.
For those seeking to replace a damaged vehicle, Assistant Controller of Customs Alfred Stubbs has this word of caution.
The Customs Department will be responsible for assessing the replacement value on those vehicles. And I hesitate to say replacement values here, to repeat that, because we want everybody to understand it's not an upgrading of your vehicle process. It's a replacement of the value of your vehicle.
Stubbs says the duty-free order also applies to purchases made locally.
Once we could establish that you are so entitled, you can apply to the Customs Department for a refund of the duties that would have already been paid on those goods on their importation.
For persons who may attempt to defraud the government through this relief initiative, Stubbs says, think again.
If you are granted a concession under the Customs Management Act and it is found that you would have breached the law, you will be prosecuted under the Customs Management Act to the fullest extent of the law.
Now, if you're planning to take advantage of this exigency order, you have until February 15th next year to do so. Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Thank you, Sabrina. Well, the upcoming gambling referendum continues to be the central focus of discussion throughout the country. Today, the minister responsible for gaming made his contribution in the House of Assembly on the controversial issue. During his contribution, the Minister of Tourism with responsibility for gaming, the Honorable Obi Wilshcombe, lauded Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie for doing what successive governments has failed to do, deal with the controversial issue of gambling in the country.
Tremendous leadership. He's had to fight through, accept the criticism, deal with being called many things, having heard this and that and the next. But he stood his ground. And when time came, because he recognized there were those who said we want some more time, he said no problem. No problem. He'll stand up in Parliament and present it that we are going to cause for it. It wasn't shameful, Mr. Speaker. That's leadership. What leader doesn't know in this admit that, okay, we have to look at something again. We have to address it again. We want to see how we do this. We want to see how we do this.
He also commended the church for asserting their position on this topic.
I applaud the church, Mr. Speaker, because that's what they are supposed to do. Yes. The church has the responsibility at all times to ensure that we are carrying out our mandate, understanding what we're doing and demanding that the people of this country understand without equivocation what we are intending to do with their lives.
But he says the opposition must not make this referendum political, adding that the former prime minister in the last administration also considered legalizing gambling.
I want you to know I was with Papa on this one. Only I was with Papa on this one. Because I thought the time had come that we had to look at it. And he was right. He was right. And those members who served in his cabinet agreed. Agreed. They were members of the cabinet, Mr. Speaker. They were members of the cabinet. Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister at the time said, Prime Minister Ingram has told Commissioner of Police that he is considering legalizing gambling in the Bahamas for citizens and for residents.
He also pointed out in 2010 and 2011 where the F&M government favored legalizing gambling.
The government would get more financial benefits from the legislation of number business, and the F&M's council and parliamentarians, in quote, greatly support this idea, said the Prime Minister.
He noted that as minister responsible for gaming, he was advised that a referendum was not needed, but he says placing this decision in the hands of the Bahamian people is the best way to proceed. In news from the crime beat, police officials investigating a stabbing incident, this time at a local institution here on Grand Bahama. According to reports, school policing officers arrived on the scene and found a 13-year-old male suffering from stab wounds. Police say the young student was stabbed by a 16-year-old male student at that institution. Now, according to reports, the 13-year-old male was taken to the Rand Memorial Hospital, where his injuries were listed as not serious. Meantime, the 16-year-old is currently in police custody, assisting with the investigation. Now, while police reports did not indicate which school the stabbing incident occurred at, ZNS News has been reliably informed that the incident took place at Sister Mary Patricia Russell Junior High School. Meantime, police officials investigating a stabbing incident in the 8 Mile Rock area. According to reports, when officers arrived on the scene, they met a 48-year-old male of Seagrape suffering from stab wounds. Police say the victim was reportedly struck several times with a cutlass by a male known to him while at a bar. The victim was taken to the Rand Memorial Hospital, where he is detained and is listed in serious condition. Police are actively investigating these matters. Switching gears now, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Rangers program has been on Grand Bahama since 1995 and begins training every September. Tonight, Megan Shepard reports on the program's success.
March. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left.
Those drill commands can be heard every Saturday afternoon as members of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force train school students that are a part of their Rangers program. Lead Seaman Coakley is the head instructor and says their mission is to develop disciplined young persons in the community. He adds that the students learn a number of squad drills in preparation of their April 2013 graduation.
Regular squad drills, attention, stand at ease, stand easy, left and right turns at the halt, drills to make sure that they have a good, successful rendition when it comes next year for the performance. Performance when it comes down to the Rangers, we like to always have high performance at all time, a high standard of discipline, dedication, and determination.
There are currently 89 students involved in the program, and Coakley says he believes this overwhelming number is due to the program's mission to produce successful students. Students involved in the program say they would recommend the program to other young persons looking for positive extracurricular activities.
I decided to take part in the Rangers program because it is a program that shows discipline, determination, and dedication. That is the motto for the Defense Force Rangers, and they really show you what their motto is, and they teach you discipline in life that can carry you out through everyday life.
I decided to take part in the Rangers program because I felt like it was going to make me a better person. I felt I wanted to be involved in more extracurricular activities, and I felt that it was a good program to develop my discipline skills, and I wanted to be determined to a program where I know I would succeed and make my Bahamas a better place.
We learned to march. We learned the about turn, the left, right turn. We learned a lot.
I decided to join the Rangers program because I felt as though I would be more disciplined and I would have more responsibilities, and that it would make me a better person to encourage younger people into doing the right things and not doing the things they should not be doing.
The Rangers program has been on Grand Bahama since 1995 and begins training every September. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Stay with us, more news right after this.